Take me through the consumer perspective when it comes to Panchakarma. If I come to you and ask you for a Panchakarma based treatment, I would love for you to also share the price, but also tell me what you take my body and consciousness through.
Yes. So in Panchakarma, there are 4 stages, and it's very important to go accordingly. Most people want to jump to the detox because that's the part you really want, right? But the first step is preparation, the most important one. You don't go from just eating, being stressed, and running around to detoxing. You have to ease into it. Step 1 is cutting back, preserving your senses, not too much social media, talking less, seeing less, eating less, right? So less is more in step 1.
But is this like an extended duration that I have to stay in a clinic, or is it guidelines for lifestyle?
Yeah, so there's a lot of versions you can do. There's obviously more intense, more involved. So when I wrote the book, I put in a 28-day detox, a reset, which is very much inspired from Panchakarma, but it's much easier to do on your own. Right? Same principles, but we're taking a lot of things out that require a lot of supervision and guidance. But everyone can do some aspect of it and benefit from it. So preparation, and then your body's ready for detox. During detox phase, we simplify our diet even more to something what Ayurveda calls a mono diet. You stick to 1 protein, 1 carb, and 1 fat. And that is khichdi often. Because mung beans is a complete source of protein. The rice is very simple form of carb, easy to digest. And ghee, not just a healthy fat, ghee has a huge detox property to it. And then step 3, just as you eased into the detox, you have to ease out of it. So step 3 is reintroduction. You're slowly ramping up your activity, slowly adding different foods back into your diet, waiting for your digestion to get stronger.
How long are we eating khichdi for?
At least a week.
At least a week?
Yes.
That's the only meal you have?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's what gives you the results, really. Because we don't appreciate how much work it is for our body to digest food, right? Especially when we're stressed, we're running around, our vagus nerve is not activated. So it's like an uphill climb every time we eat. So when we conserve that energy, you feel so much more relaxed. You feel more energy. You know, people are like, oh, I'm eating khichdi, I'm going to be so weak. It's the opposite. You get actually more energy.
No fruits or vegetables either?
You can, but what I typically recommend, fruits should always be separate from any grain. There's a big scientific and Ayurvedic principle behind it. But basically what you're eating are foods that are very easy to digest. Think about when you're sick again. You eat some fruits, you eat some khichdi, some soup, broth, those type of things.
Gotcha. You eat it, your body can't digest raw and cooked at the same
time.
That's
And
what I
raw
do.
foods are harder to digest. So typically cooked vegetables are much easier. So during the detox phase, we really stick to very cooked, literally like baby food. That's what we're eating. And then you reintroduce it slowly. And the last part, that's what we all want, is a rejuvenation phase. Think about, before you move into a new house, what do? First, you do deep cleaning. Then you put all your new furniture in. So if I want to rejuvenate, if I want some of these herbs that we use for rejuvenation to work, I need a clean slate first. So then when you take some of these herbs and continue some of these principles throughout your life, you reap the benefits. And usually 2 to 3 months after you do Panchakarma is when you really start seeing it in your body.
Like what?
Like I said, more energy, more clarity in your brain. You see your hair, nails, skin look completely different. Your bowel movements become more regular, right? So these are all subtle changes that are happening way deeper inside of you.
So you said that there's a 28-day program, which is doable for the average everyday urban human.
Exactly.
What about the intense one?
The intense one, I always tell people to work with an Ayurvedic expert. There's no cookie cutter approach to it. It really needs to be hyper customized to what type of imbalance do you have. They need to know what your dosha is, what imbalance you're experiencing. And then they customize a treatment plan accordingly. So it's not something you take lightly. It's a commitment. Your body's going through a lot. And remember, detox is not just about physical toxins. A lot of emotional, mental, spiritual toxins also surface. So you want to be in the right, not just physical state, but also mental, emotional state to be able to handle it.
What happens?
Well, there will literally be, so in my personal experience, when I've done Panchakarma, there'll be times where I'll just be sitting there and all of a sudden I'll have memories from childhood or dreams that I dreamt many years ago will pop up. Don't know the explanation behind it, but there's something much deeper in your brain that is coming to surface, and even emotions. You will all of a sudden feel a sense of joy or sadness, right? So it's a little bit of a roller coaster, but you know something is taking place. Things that were hidden, things that were buried are surfacing because your body needs to process those as well.
Okay. This happens a lot when you begin meditating as well.
Yes.
You first see your negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've just started meditating in life, you're probably going to see some heavy duty thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Then if it's a habit, you end up seeing the negative thoughts which are a little more short term.
Mm-hmm.
Your own sense of anger, your own sense of greed,
Yeah.
etc. I think it's the brain's way of flushing out things it doesn't need. It's just coming to the surface and your conscious mind is able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I intend on talking to neuroscientists about this very soon on the show.
Yeah.
But that's my conjecture.
Mm-hmm.